Okay, tonight we're going to talk about writing a check register and then using addition and subtraction to figure out your new balance. So this check register is for you, and we're not going to worry about register number. And actually the first line we're not going to worry about at all. We're just going to start out with our balance from last month, which it will be $254.72. That is our balance carried forward from the last month. And then for this month, we're going to have some checks or payments, which will be withdrawals. And then we're going to add some money into our account from checks given to us or money given to us, and that will be deposits. So our first check for this month is we're paying groceries. We're paying them to Walmart. We're going shopping with our family. And you have to put the date on here completely. So let's put down the 20th for the date, 11/20/14. And you're going to go to Walmart and spend $35.89. Now it's really important to have this filled out in numbers, but also write it in words. And I'm going to print it so you can read my writing. 30-5 is the correct way to write it. And then we write a fraction, 89 hundredths, because there's 100 pennies in a dollar, so it's 35 and 89 hundredths dollars. Then you could put a memo here. It's not necessary. Maybe you want to write it's for groceries. Not important, not a have to. And then of course here you'd sign it. Well, since the check is from Joe C. Dollar, I guess that's who's going to be signing the check. Joe C. Dollar. So then we're going to move back to our check register and fill that in. It was check number 1554. We wrote it on November 20th. And the description, usually you just write the place you wrote the check to so you can remember that. And the question was it a payment or a deposit? Well, it was a payment, so it's going to go in this column. $35.89. Then we're going to need to find our new balance by looking at these two numbers and creating a subtraction problem. $254.72, and it's a debit or a payment from our account, so it's going to be subtraction. You make sure you line up your decimals when you're adding and subtracting, excuse me. Go ahead and work that problem. $254.72 minus $35.89. And then we'll do one more withdrawal. After you find that, let's write another check. 1555. We're going out with our family on the next day to Chick-fil-A. And that's going to be a debit as well for $27.35. So after you find out your new balance, you're going to continue to subtract that from your new balance. When you find the answer to your new balance, you always have to bring it down your page. So that would go right here. Actually, I've skipped a line, which is okay because it's my checking account, and would write the next balance right here once we do the subtraction problem. One more deposit. Let's do a deposit to our account. Let's say we did babysitting. And maybe that was check number 305 from their checking account that we got on the 22nd. And we got $75 to put into our account. So that would be a deposit for $75. Are we going to add or subtract? Well, that's money we got, so we're going to add that. And again, we're going to carry down our balance. So you should have done your two subtraction problems and your addition, and we'll check your homework to see if you have your final balance after doing those three transactions. When it's a debit card, there's coding up here on the top for ATM, ATM or cash withdrawal, or DC for debit card, and you're going to make a payment the same way. If you take something out of your debit card, you would write, well, let's do an ATM. We're going to go to the machine. You'd write ATM, the date, And you might write what it's for. If it's to take your family out to dinner, put dinner on here. Or it might not be anything there. And then you'd put, would that be a payment or withdrawal or a deposit? You need to ask yourself that every time. So if you're taking it out of your account, it's a payment. So it's $40. So then we'd have to do that from our account. And again, carry our balance down to the bottom of the page.
Thank you, Mr. Johns. That was a great job explaining that for us. Your homework tonight, you have a checkbook register that you are going to be filling out on your own with the given information. You will be writing 2 checks and completing the checkbook register to find your balance. We'll be coming and adding more to it tomorrow and the next day. So make for sure you have this first part completed for class on Wednesday. Have a good night.